Fair or not, probably more unfair, Zion is expected by many to be the savior of the NBA. The next Michael, the next LeBron, and if NBA debuts are any indication, he's off to a promising start. He scored 22 points and 8 of 11 shooting in his debut Wednesday. That was more than Jordan, who had 16 in his debut in 1984, but not quite as many as LeBron, who poured in 25 back in 2003 in his first game and has never looked back. For more, we welcome our big panel, Sarah Spain, Will Kane, and Ryan Smith. Will, let's start with you. Why does Zion's debut mean so much to the NBA?
Because he is needed for the NBA both on and off the court. First of all, I think on the court, Zion will be less influential and more impactful. Less influential because you can't find another Zion. You can't go copy him. You can't model your team after the Pelicans now. But impactful in that I think he'll be an MVP candidate within the next couple of years. But off the court is more important. If he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, Jeremy. But off the court is more important. So let's set the stage. NBA ratings are down 20% this year. They seem to have no star outside of LeBron. In walks the biggest actor, the biggest star to the center stage. That is Zion Williamson. From the relatability to the smile to the explosive game, this guy is a superstar, and he is what they need to save their entertainment product.
Yeah, I agree with you in part, too, because of the highlights. And this is a highlight-driven sport. This is a highlight-driven time. There's kids that just watch YouTube clips after the game. They don't watch the whole game. And the ratings might partly be down because the Pelicans were thrust into so many primetime slots thinking that Zion would already be playing, and he hasn't been. So we've been watching a lot of the other Pelicans so far. I agree with you. I think he's going to be huge for ratings, and I think he's a massive need for the NBA right now that's searching for that next-generation star. My thought is that it's going to need to be an appreciation of Zion at a probably shorter length than we anticipate and hope for. I'm worried about the weight, I'm worried about the body, I'm worried about the injuries at every level, which is not to say that I don't think he can't be great. I just don't know how long we're going to get to see him be great.
Well, I would have to disagree with you guys a little bit because here's the thing. I do agree that the ratings will be up with him. In fact, that first game, highest rated game other than a Laker game or the Christmas Day game. So that's one point. But I don't think he is needed. I think he is wanted. The thing about Zion Williamson is this looks to be a transcendent player, but he's not the next Michael Jordan or LeBron James. He's the next Zion Williamson. We don't know what that will be yet. We've seen glimpses of it. We've seen the talent, but you can't be sure who he'll be. That remains to be seen. The other thing is, I think there is so much assumption around his weight, and if I were him, I'd be offended because he has become great because how he is right now. He is big, he is strong, he can do so many things on the court, and yet people are so focused on whether he should be smaller, whether he should be this, whether he should be that. I think he will be a transcendent talent, but I think he will be his own kind of talent, and he will go along with other great pieces in the NBA like Luka or Trae Young.
This week, we memorialized, many people did, thousands were there, David Stern. And David Stern famously would get very upset while watching the draft, seeing a potentially great player go to a small market. New Orleans, not a big market. Now, LeBron was a big star in Cleveland even before he got to Miami. Shaquille O'Neal was a big star in Orlando before he went to LA. How much does it matter that it's New Orleans and a franchise without the history or the fan base, even of a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers?
I think it's increasingly less important because of the ability to make a name for yourself outside of the big markets. And I think they already had a trial run with Anthony Davis where they didn't make good on his potential. So I think the Pelicans, more than another team that gets their first shot at a big superstar, have had some practice and realized they need to put the talent around him now. They need to take advantage of him now, and they need to make good in terms of championships. The same way that right now the Bucks are trying to figure out, are we going to be able to keep Giannis if it's just about him liking playing here, or do we need to deliver enough talent that he has the championships to go with it?
Ryan, I have to disagree with something you said. I think Zion is not only wanted, I think he is desperately needed in the NBA. Entertainment products are built upon stars. Look what happened to the NBA's ratings after Michael Jordan retired. Then came along LeBron. They have to fear about what comes after LeBron. Tiger Woods and what he did for golf. Football is the only sport that is not predicated on some massive personality, some massive star. This league not only wants Zion, they need him.
Yeah,
but have you heard about this guy named Luka Doncic?
Yeah.
He's garnering a lot of attention. I don't know if you know him.
Right.
And there's Trae Young.
Hold on.
There are so many other.
I am from Dallas.
There are so many other. I'm not saying it's not a boon to the NBA to have Zion Williamson. It obviously is. I'm saying that there are other players coming up the pipeline, and I think we are over-obsessed with Zion Williamson in some ways, and we've got to give this guy
that's
room
what we
to
do.
grow, of course. But
Ryan,
you've got to give him room to grow into the player he is going to be.
I love Luka, I love Giannis, but there's a difference between being a great basketball player and being a superstar. Zion is a superstar.
Luka is a superstar right now, and he's 21.
I think they're both superstars, but I think the difference will be in how they're digested, right? Like we see Luka, we want to watch the entire game, we want to see everything that he does. There will be some highlights in there. Zion's going to be the guy that does something we've never seen before, and I think your point about weight is very body positive, but because of the injuries at every single level, it might be a little bit too much sugarcoating something that we've never seen before, and for a reason.
Right, and 2 knee injuries in 2019, unrelated knee injuries, you know, still recovering in some ways from what happened 3 months ago. None of it will matter if he can't be on the court.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.